Hey everyone, and welcome to the best of 3 Call of Duty Esports Podcast. I'm your host, Josh, SalvationsElite. To my right is Sam, Bash_BO3 on Twitter. And to our farthest right, per usual, is Rex ShadyNero. Guys, this is going to be a wild one today. And of course, before we get into anything else, guys, what's going on?
I am feeling like a flowing river with some major thunderstorms raining down on me.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Once again, always bringing it, Sam.
Enthusiasm.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm staying sane.
We're trying out here, man. It's rough. So, man, esports, Call of Duty, the CoD League.
Man.
Still working through all of the, the baggage of the world right now. But, we're here to talk about some Call of Duty Esports and everything going on in the world.
Yes.
So, we all appreciate you guys tuning in. Obviously, you can listen to us on Spotify.
Yep.
Apple Podcasts.
Yep.
And YouTube.
Wow. That's
You
3.
can drop a review on Apple Podcasts. And I said I was going to read them this podcast,
Yep.
but we're going to read them next podcast.
Next podcast. I'm
Next
sorry.
podcast, guys. The reviews will be read.
We've been teasing you for like
It's going to be a
3
big
times.
This
is gonna be crazy.
It'll be a
It's gonna
lot
be
of
crazy.
reviews in one
We'll
of them.
read like 10.
Because we say it every
reviews.
podcast. We
Oh,
never
wow,
do,
this is
but we're
really
gonna
good
do
to
it.
say.
It's
All
gonna be
right.
all of them from all those other
Not 10.
podcasts.
The whole podcast is going to be reading reviews.
Yes.
Because that's how many reviews there's
Exactly.
going to be. But you
We
can
should-
also
we
drop
should
a
have
comment
one of those.
on YouTube, which would be crazy too. That'd be
Yes.
awesome. So we appreciate all the
Question
feedback.
and answer.
And
Yes.
yeah, so we really, it's been a wild, few weeks of no
Nothing.
news, but news at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of the no news is the news in a lot of ways. We haven't heard, I guess we just jump right into the news segment of the show. We haven't really heard any updated news on what the scheduling is going to be for the podcast or for the podcast. Well, we know what the podcast schedule is for the COD League. And yeah, we've been waiting on updates. So we did see that Censor leaked that there's going to be an announcement soon, but that was a few days ago already, and we still have no announcement. So hopefully by the time this podcast comes out, there will be an announcement.
Mhm.
But we have yet to get one.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll come soon. One thing I want to talk about was on Reddit, the Toronto's GM gave like a little update, like not really an update, but more of like background information on why we haven't got an announcement yet. And he was basically just talking about how there's a lot of moving pieces. All the teams are trying to come to an agreement that makes sense and works for the league, and they're just trying to do their best to create a product that will be enjoyed by all and doesn't feel fake or forced or not as important as before. So, it was a pretty good answer, but it was an answer that didn't give any answers at the end of the day. Just kind of a feedback for why it's just taking so long. And hopefully we'll get that answer soon because, my goodness,
I'll be surprised if they can pull that off. I'm going to be honest with
like, you mean just in the sense of like keeping it feeling as legitimate and epic as before?
you. Yeah, exactly. How would you do that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about how you guys feel, but I think my thought that I mentioned a few podcasts ago, I think kind of still stands with that, is I feel like people who are really into the scene, this year or like past years may not be as into it as before, but people who have never ever watched or have maybe watched once or twice or don't know much about competitive COD might be pretty interested in checking it out just because of the situation now where there's nothing else going on, So
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how it affects viewership and like long term. Like maybe there's still a world where like it actually brings in new viewers and doesn't hurt the scene long term, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, are you guys? I think that makes sense, right?
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense, and I do totally, agree. I get what the Toronto's GM is saying about just like how many, just imagine how many hands are in it right now from shareholders,
Yeah, and opinions and
like it's
it's
gonna be
gotta
so
be
hard.
ridiculous.
I'm assuming that it's just so hard to come to a consensus about what to do. So that's probably what's the hold up. But at this point, just give us something.
Yeah.
I think the hardcore dedicated fans are going to want anything. So
100%.
we'll see.
Yeah. So I guess moving forward, again, we'll be going over all the rest of this podcast. Just a quick preview. I should preview this before we got into the news, but we're gonna be doing a keep, trade, cut segment for like a lot of this podcast, talking about some of the players' situations, basically putting up 3 players and doing a keep, trade, cut, whether you want to keep them, trade them, or cut them. And some of them are gonna be really, 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 really tough. And I'm excited to go through that. But moving forward with the news, there was a Toronto AM tournament this weekend. It was actually really interesting. I was actually really excited to see it happen. I mean, I thought like the AMC needed some more exposure, and some tournaments to play during this time of year because
Something.
it's a little dry right now, And so it was really good to see. And actually, really interestingly enough, Exotic's team It was came out on top, which is actually I thought was really, really, really cool. It was Exotic, Royalty, Lurid, and Goonjar, as well as Diamond Con, who beat
Whoever
Arcitys,
that is.
Abezy, Holler, Jimbo, and Mohawk, which was like another really, really good team. So I mean, shout out to like Goonjar, Exotic, Royalty, back on top with Lurid and Diamond Con getting wins as well. Like,
Getting a name, a little bit of a name.
Yeah, man.
More
and I
so.
thought it was really, really cool. I mean, I don't think anyone really expected, like, especially like Royalty and Goonjar at this point. Like, well, especially Goonjar. Royalty's kind of been around, but
Yeah.
Goonjar to get that dub.
Yeah.
The sub play coming out on top. So I was excited to see that, and really, really interested to see happens moving forward with that one. I think they took home like $4,500 or so. So
Not bad.
not bad for a AM tournament that Toronto put on themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it was more than 10K. So like you respect like Toronto to make that happen. So that's
Yeah.
really, really cool. So shout out there. I mean, hopefully we get to see more AM tournaments come up
Yes,
because they need
please.
more opportunities, man. So hopefully that support comes through. I saw like a handful of people like trying to get some stuff together on Twitter. So hopefully we can keep you guys updated in that world moving forward, and hopefully as long as hopefully we get some news about an AM scene type online situation as well from the CoD League, because that'd be really, really cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Next thing up on the list as well is about Clayster and Empire. He put up a little tweet about like, yo, what it would look like if we like actually streamed our scrims once in a while, and everyone on Twitter was like, wait, that'd be a good idea.
Of
Wow.
course.
Who'd have thought? So hopefully we can see some Empire scrims
know.
streamed at some point again.
Like I get the whole reason of not wanting to give away certain strats and stuff, but like stream them for like a day, like like you said, like a day out of the week or something.
Yeah, one of your 5
It's-
scrims that week
It's
or
not.
something.
You're not gonna give away everything. You're not gonna give away all this stuff. Like, and you're providing content for your viewers, and you're creating more revenue for yourself. You're making your name bigger. I just don't see a downside to it, honestly.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Rex, you in the same boat?
Yeah, I think Empire is like my favorite team to watch scrim, just because of the way they've moved from like being the best to like people aren't quite sure, and now they're looking good again. Like they're the most interesting team for me to watch scrim, hands down.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, the COD League's better
So I would love them
when
to
there's
scrim.
more content out there.
I know.
I mean, man, since I've been like doing some like throwback videos on the channel, I've been reflecting on like past CODs and like the amount of access that like you had to information and players' opinions and the players themselves, like back in Ghosts and like, well, basically through Black Ops 2 to Advanced Warfare was insane. Like all the good players were posting content consistently. They were giving their opinions. Like I posted a clip on Twitter of Karma talking about Scump's departure from Envy back in Ghosts, and like, well, first of all, it was a hilarious clip because like you should definitely go watch it. But I mean, like, Karma wasn't on OpTic, he wasn't on Envy, he wasn't even directly involved in that situation. And like back then, like guys were still posting their opinions on YouTube about these situations. Like, could you imagine, like, someone gets dropped, X insert player X here nowadays. Let's just say like most recent like Rated gets dropped, and then like. You have like 7 or 8 players making YouTube videos about, wow, that was really dumb, or like that was an awesome move, or like, yo, PD's so good. Like, I would love to, like, how awesome that would be if we actually had that content and access nowadays. And like,
yeah.
Oh man,
I know it's just hard because there's some clause or something in their contract, so it's like you can't talk about this.
And like most of the players are making so much money anyways. What's the YouTube video gonna do?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's like one of the downsides of going to franchise
big
was
contracts.
there's more contracts, which means there's more rules for the players what they can and can't talk about. And but yeah, no, I definitely miss that. You get
There's like a disconnect between community
Yeah.
and like that pro scene, or it's
Yeah.
like almost like 2 different worlds, and like we watch and
yeah.
I know. I mean, like it's moving towards the pro sports world where like you don't know
Yeah.
really what any of the players are actually thinking.
Yeah,
Which is disappointing because I feel like esports, like the access is just so good. Like I love when you're so connected to players like that, and that's why I feel like Twitch streaming feels so authentic because like you can't hide yourself for
exactly
5 hours, know. And like back in the day, like on the main stage, I tweeted a clip of this as well because I thought it was just so interesting. Like they used to do like live listen-ins pre maps. It's like you'd be able to hear like the guys like, yo, what were we doing there? Like we're so dumb. Like nowadays you only get the listen-ins
during the
match. Like they're just doing call outs.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard point. They're just calling out like, yo, top L, bottom L, like push it now. Like, it's just basic. You're not getting any juicy drama.
Mhm.
But like pre-map, post-maps,
It's good
you're
stuff.
getting the juicy drama and them yelling at each other and getting pissed. Like, I miss that type of stuff, man. Like, the access was so interesting, and hopefully we can get some of that back, because I feel like that's what separates esports from sports, is like the access, the natural ability to connect with players. And so I've been ranting this podcast. Sorry, guys. I've been
No.
kind of hogging the mic over here.
You're
but,
good.
That's just really interesting. The next piece of news that is inherently juicy is the Dashy like sublime tweeting, like the really like
subliminal
tweets that Dashy's been putting out recently. Basically, so he moved back to Canada like a week ago. All right, we'll break this down for the audience out here. He moved back. He moved to Canada about a week ago, and then 6 days ago he tweeted the "see you again," like, Fast and Furious episode 7 gif to TJ, which was a little weird.
Yeah,
we weren't sure if that was related to like him moving back to Canada,
or splitting
or
the
like
team.
potentially like a role change or a team change of some sorts. And then 2 days ago he tweeted the "backstab so many times I started walking backwards" tweet.
Yeah.
And then this weekend he wasn't playing in scrims, and Chino was subbing for him in scrims. So like, we don't really know. This might mean absolutely nothing. This might just mean he was busy that night, he couldn't play, and he was just a little pissed one night and tweeted whatever the backstabbing thing was.
Yeah.
Maybe he was baiting. Maybe he knew he wasn't gonna be able to play, so he's like trying to get this news or something.
Again, that's possible. Guys know what's happening. They know we're all gonna overreact to this stuff, and
Absolutely.
so maybe we're just getting baited real hard right here.
Could be a
He's the master.
could be a max. Jeez. Nope.
And that could be the case. He could be the master.
Yes, could be.
But I don't know. Do you guys think there's anything that could possibly be deeper rooted than just like him trying to bait us? Or
I mean, the only thing that I can think of why he would be the one that's like on the edge of not being on the team or whatever.
Yeah.
Is because maybe he got too toxic with somebody, or like he said some things that like hurt some people's egos or their feelings or whatever. So like the team is like, hey man, back off.
Take a night
We're
off.
not playing with we're taking a night off. We're not playing with you anymore. We might get rid of you, Like something like that. Like he was just too much because like he's definitely probably maybe their best player. So
don't be too confident.
like, you know what I mean? So it's like
Maybe.
he's
Just
the last
maybe.
person you would be like, they're gonna drop Dashy, you
Yeah.
know? So like, if they drop Dashy, it's strictly for like personality, chemistry reasons.
Yeah.
Which is possible.
Could you imagine?
And-
That would be
That's
crazy.
insane though. Like,
Yo, go to Seattle.
Dashy?
Imagine Seattle. Dashy with Seattle. That would be.
If Dashy gets dropped before JCap, I will riot in the streets.
there's
Like,
at
the
least
fact that JCap is still on this team blows my mind.
I mean,
there's always
hey,
got to be at least one.
and now that they
boy
played well,
slander. podcast.
he's
It's
going.
not. It's reasonable. Like it's just like
Yeah, now that they
JCap
played
has
well,
been playing atrociously. He is bringing that team down. Somebody should go take his place. They could do better with anybody.
I'd love to put a compilation. Like, I mean, this has gone back since like episode 1
of Oak Boys.
of the Oak.
Because it
JCap.
blows my
JCap
mind. It
of the
blows
JCap
my
Rex
mind.
rants.
And no one ever talks about
It
it.
is true though. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, who should be the one to be dropped?
Well,
JCap.
JCap.
we'll be talking about it. We'll be
I
talking
know.
about the keep, trade, and cut segment here. But
oh boy.
yeah, so we'll keep you updated if there's any more drama there, and we'll like probably let you know if it's just diffused and was just totally blown over. But a little weird coming out of Dashy like that. So we'll see what happens. But the last this is just, I want to throw this in there because I'm actually really interested in this. This is not related to COD at all. The NBA, but it's related to esports. The NBA supposedly on Friday is going to be doing an NBA players only 2K tournament, like a pretty big televised, like nationally televised, like supposedly like on ABC 2K tournament
cool.
with NBA players only.
Yeah.
Like I think what's cool about it is like it's not like they're inviting 2K pros to come in and play 2K. Like they're literally just gonna let the players like just go ham.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like terrible 2K, but like that's the fun of it. So
Mhm.
I thought it was really cool. And I
is
wanted to
cool.
add that into the podcast because I thought it was just really dope. And like you love to see esports in any form,
Yes.
even if it's something as casual as that, getting promoted on TV, because maybe that'll be the first time that people in the Sports Center comments when they post an esports clip won't complain like,
Yes.
oh, slow day of news, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
esports. What is this? Real sports? No. Like,
Yeah.
at least for once, we might actually get a little bit of like, oh, this is actually kind of cool and fun to
Makes
watch.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah, so just want to throw that in there. But
pretty cool.
that takes us to the main
Oh.
segment.
Who is the hottest operators?
No! Not the hottest operators.
We're gonna
we've-
do it.
One
Guys, you need to ask for it in the comments. You want us here.
When we do the hottest operator,
The
that's
top-
slow news day.
Yeah,
The
guys, you
hottest
can comment slow news
operators
day, huh? When we
ranked
do the hottest operators.
Hottest operators on Coalition and Allegiance. You want to know them all. Ask for it in the
So-
comments, boys. We got
Um,
this.
I mean, maybe we need to make a deal. How many weeks of quarantine does it take before we do the hottest operators? Sam?
If we're still in quarantine,
July.
I was even gonna say June.
June. Okay.
By June, Rex, if we're still in the
Okay.
same scenario, we will do hottest operators in Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
I'm gonna here's my. I think we should do it next week.
Wow, that's quite the difference.
If we're in quarantine next week,
Oh, jeez.
hottest operators.
Guaranteed to be hottest.
It's a hot
Hey, you
topic
know-
out there. It's a hot topic.
If the people want it,
The people want it.
we'll do it. If the people want it, the people want it. So it's up to the people. But otherwise, we're doing it in June.
Yeah.
If we're still in quarantine.
If we're still in quarantine.
Please, don't be in quarantine. Please.
Scientists, wherever you are, get
Please
the
release the vaccine now, please. Anything to release the vaccine, please.
Guys,
Oh.
ask for hottest operators. All right.
Please, scientists, you hear us right now. We're going to have to dip as low to do the hottest operators. You have to get the quarantine, the vaccine to us now.
But seriously, guys, like, who would you
This
pick
joke
as
might be
like
dead.
you think's the
Oh,
hottest
jeez.
operator?
You know
Who
what?
would you
I
guys
think the
pick?
joke's dead.
You know what? I'll let you know later.
All right, guys.
Anyways,
Keep trade cut. All three of you guys that are still here, we appreciate you.
I tried.
And since we're doing keep trade cut between three people, you three viewers can be the keep trade cut.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. But we are doing a keep trade cut on the real though. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through all the teams and do a keep trade cut scenario for every single team, and then we're gonna go and do some mixed teams options and kind of get our vibe for, different players that are in the league. And I think it should be a pretty interesting segment to kind of like maybe be a little bit shorter of a podcast today, which we'll see if anyone enjoys that or not. I'll be interested to see. Very interested to see.
Okay.
But I think it'll be an action-packed
Okay.
segment with a lot of fun opinions. So play along with us. Drop all your comments down below on the segment. There's going to be some pretty interesting opinions. Now that I've hyped it up enough, let's
Here we go.
get right into it. All right, so the first option here, we're starting off with Atlanta FaZe.
This would be the hardest one.
Who's
It might
going
be.
first? What's our rotation?
This is painful. This is painful. I mean, I think we can all just talk about it. I'll just throw it out there first, and then we can just all talk about it.
Yeah.
So, first option, keep trade cut, Abezy, Simp, and Celium. Some decent players.
Keep Simp, trade Celium, cut Abezy.
Holy cow! What's
Oh
your,
my word! What's the reasoning
How
there?
are you so fast on that?
Simp, I think he's a good personality on the team, and also he's an all-star player.
Okay.
It was tough between Abezy and Celium, between trading and cutting. But I feel like Celium has really been proving himself that you can get a pretty valuable person with him. So I think it's better to trade him and get another good player back, Octane maybe,
Mhm.
and then you could. And Abezy, still great player, but compared to those two, it's like if you had to pick, you got to cut Abezy.
Dang.
Mm.
Sam, do you agree?
I mean, I think your reasoning is like pretty much spot on. It'd be hard because
Does Celium have more trade value than Abezy at this point already? Like, I mean, last year, it wasn't even comparable. I mean, Abezy was so good last year. Like, obviously, this year, Celium's been insane. But, I mean, to be fair, we've only had a few events.
Mhm.
Like, is it enough at this point, like, really flip the trade value on its head? Because I think around the league, Abezy still might be valued more than Celium.
I know it is. Yeah, like
That's kind of the debate. Like, if Abezy has more trade value,
Yeah.
you can get a better player back
Yeah.
in return.
I think you're like per like the audience, they're gonna think Celium's gonna have
Because he's been so
because
insane.
he's been so insane. But you might be right. Where like the players themselves and
I
management
think they
might pick Abezy over
Abezy.
Sodium. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I might cut Celium.
which is insane.
That's painful considering he's literally like, I mean, in Modern Warfare, undoubtedly a top 4 player for sure.
Yeah.
Debatably the best. So
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
really, really tough.
That's probably going to be the hardest one.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I mean, there's gonna be some real tough ones.
Yeah.
Next one up. I mean, really interesting. We'll see what happens here, Sam. Keep trade cut. Scump. Formal. Gunless.
Keep formal. You keep
I agree.
formal.
Keep formal.
You
I think
keep formal.
I think
Really?
keep formal also.
You keep formal. You cut Gunless and you trade Scump.
Probably.
Interesting.
Honestly,
I mean,
probably.
What's the
I
reasoning?
think-
Is it because Scump's like exterior value is just so high?
I think so. And
Yes.
you might not. And you might have more people not wanting to play with Gunless because of his hothead too. You
Yeah,
might
I
not be
think-
able to have like your pick of the crop with Gunless. You're gonna have a lot of people that like Gunless, but
Yeah.
he is more controversial, quote unquote, than Scump.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
You
you're
can
actually in the
trade
same boat?
Scump. You literally can trade Scump for anyone. Any team would be like, "We'll take Scump. We don't even care. They'll give you anybody." Because
There is an argument. I
The
could
marketing
see,
with him is insane.
I could see like people thinking maybe Scump is on his way out, while
He is.
Gunless is still rising in the scene. So maybe that's
Like where
Wait,
Scump might retire in like
that-
within 2 years.
that's where
and-
you maybe might cut Scump and then trade Gunless. But I think right now,
Or you keep Scump.
no, you keep formal.
No. Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
care
keep
what you say.
Scump.
You keep formal.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think formal is probably
I
think
mean, with
Formal's got the
all
right
things
personality
considered, I
to
mean,
rate.
you have to consider
style.
players' brands in this, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if
absolutely.
you're a team, you're definitely considering players' brands. So I feel like
Yeah.
in our exercise, we gotta consider players' brands.
Yeah.
Unless we're just trying to build the best COD team.
Yeah.
In that case, if you're trying to build the best COD team,
Mhm.
I don't know who I would cut. That makes the question really, really tough. Because
Yeah.
if you're just trying to build the best COD team, because then you're like, I don't know.
keep
um,
formal.
I think I would probably keep Scump and trade Formal,
Jeez.
and then probably cut Gunless for the same
But
reason. Like
why?
where Gunless is just.
What you're
harder.
gonna say? Scump is more worth it to you than formal?
I mean, this year S&D wise, Scump has been a top 5 S&D player, and like Formal hasn't been insane in respawn. He's been good, but not like insane. So I mean, in my opinion, Scump's been a better player than Formal
Scump
this year.
hasn't been insane either.
But he's been insane in search.
Huh.
For you podcast listeners out there, Sam probably locked eyes with me for at least 15 seconds in pure anger.
I will not tolerate formal slander on this podcast.
It ain't Formal
I
slander.
will not tolerate.
It's just that Scump's been really, really good this year, especially in search.
No, you can't say he's been really, really good this year. In search, he's been good. I don't think he's even been the best in search, and I don't even know if he's consistent. In
I
search
said
of being
really,
good.
really, really good in search. That's what I said. And that's definitely facts. That's definitely facts.
I don't
I
know,
mean,
man.
I'm
I
not
think you
changing
can
my
find other
position.
players that could take Scump's place.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
Formal's
sure,
a
you could
pretty
find
unique.
anyone.
Formal's way too
fill
unique
someone's-
of a play style and way too
No.
unique of a player.
Guys, please forgive Sam's just horrendous bias towards Formal.
I'm not gonna apologize.
Like Sam
I'm not going to apologize. And I
Sam
never
has a
will.
picture of Formal in every room of his house. In the backseat of his car,
That's slightly exaggerated.
he's got a full-blown portrait of.
Okay,
So the next question.
That's where this is going.
All right,
okay.
keep trade cut. Hook, Shotzzy, ILLeY.
That's actually okay. This is really interesting.
No, yeah, I agree. Really interesting. This
Yeah.
is really, really tough. Do any of you guys have an opinion right off the riff?
I think you're looking at upside. Who's got the most room to grow?
I'll go first here. I'll keep ILLeY,
Really?
trade Hook, and cut Shotzzy.
That's exactly what I was gonna do. I literally was gonna keep ILLeY, trade Hugh, cut Shotzzy.
Because I think Hook's trade value is going to be high. for
yeah,
sure.
but I also think Hugh might be overrated as a player.
That's a very
And
Rex
so,
opinion.
I
He
think
hates
is
anyone
overrated.
associated with Temp.
See,
anyone associated with Temp who's
I
ever
think-
played more than 1 week
I
with
wasn't
Temp.
even thinking of that. I genuinely think Hugh is an overrated player.
I think there's only two options in this one, and they both involve trading Huke. It's either you keep Shotzzy or you cut ILLeY.
Why would you keep Shotzzy over ILLeY?
I think
That's the
Shotzzy has
thing.
more
Oh my
upside than
word.
ILLeY. Bro,
Guys,
he's
can you
proven.
please
Oh my God.
let's forgive Sam's bias towards Halo.
Proven in Halo. proven in Halo.
Okay, but like you can't say that there is no trade. Like there is a crossover. They're both console gaming. There is a mindset there. And Shotzzy has proven that he's dominated.
Just look at the gameplay between the two in COD, and you can tell that ILLeY has some sort of spark to him that Shotzzy doesn't quite match
you're
up
saying
with.
from a like
I'm
if
understanding
you're a
right now.
franchise
If I'm a
team-
franchise team looking at the future, I would put more stock in Shotzzy.
So
than
you're
ILLeY.
saying you would take Shotzzy?
I would take Shotzzy and drop and cut ILLeY. Yes, I would.
Wow.
I see more potential in Shotzzy than ILLeY.
Stare into that camera.
I see more potential in Shotzzy than ILLeY. And I will not back down from that one.
All right.
Yes.
All right,
I may
Jake.
have
Thanks for
bias.
watching. I appreciate you.
You're assuming his name is Jake.
All right.
It's Tanya, by the way. She's still watching.
Oh, that's nice.
It is.
That's really nice. Really
Yeah.
supportive. That's his mom.
That's something, I guess. Anyways, next we got Frosty, Mox, and Havoc.
Frosty, Mox, and Havoc. Keep trade cut. This is another really interesting one actually.
This is probably interesting.
Sam.
Okay, I will admit Frosty has not been playing very well this year. So, but neither has Mox or Havoc. These all three.
Oh, I know. That's why I made it. That's why I put this list
all
here.
three of these could have been dropped for Pharaoh.
And none of them were.
Another more, which is unfortunate. And Prestinni. Anyways, different topic.
Does one?
Mox has no. Okay, Mox is an AR, right?
Yeah.
There's
well,
no other team
naturally an AR.
that would trade, that would want Mox as their AR. Has he been the worst?
Not the worst,
I guess not. No.
but I mean,
I don't think you can trade Mox.
you might not be able to trade Mox.
I think
Right now.
I think you might be able to trade Frosty. I think you might be able to trade Frosty.
You really want? Yeah.
But like I'm like
yeah,
I'm not saying he's
I know what you
good.
mean.
I'm saying out of these three, I think Frosty is the most tradable. So I think, oh gosh, I'm gonna say cut Mox. Gosh.
Oh man, it's tough. Okay, I'll
cut
go.
Mox, keep Havoc, trade Frosty.
I'm gonna keep Mox. Trade Havoc, cut Frosty. I
Yeah.
guess.
Really?
Interesting.
I don't
Really,
know.
Mox,
I don't
though?
know.
Mox has not been playing very well.
Yeah, but I think as a player though, I think long term he'll be
You're
fine.
saying long term, okay?
Yeah, I would say
I don't know how I feel.
Mox.
Mm.
I would keep Mox. I would trade Frosty, and I would cut Havoc.
Yeah, I think you.
I'd be okay with that.
I think you trade Frosty. Honestly,
You might be right.
Yeah.
I might
almost wanna
switch my
keep
answer to Frosty,
but I
but
think Mox has a little more upside.
okay.
that one does not have a good answer.
No, that one's really really
That
tough.
one's
That
a
one's really really
weird
tough.
one.
All right. Next up, Silly, Assault, a Simp.
Wait, you were skipping over.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to do that one next.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you?
We literally had typed next,
Yeah.
and Sam's like,
Dude,
"Wait,
Sam,
what?
I was
Why are
doing
you
this
skipping,
so
bro?
smooth, like.
Why are you
Ugh.
skipping? Huh, bro? That's not right.
I wasn't
Uh.
paying attention, bro. Sorry.
It's because the next doesn't play Halo.
Just kick me off, bro. Just do it.
All right, Silly, Assault, and Simp. This podcast has just been a train wreck, guys. I really appreciate you.
Okay.
We're sticking around. All right.
You keep Silly. No, gosh,
No.
I don't know.
Really?
You
No.
keep Assault. Or do you keep a Simp? I just read them in order.
I think
That's a
I
good
would
question,
cut
Sam.
Silly, to be honest. I think I would keep Assault
Yeah, Rex,
and
you go.
trade Asim.
Yeah, dude, that's tough.
But Silly's got that je ne sais quoi about him that like
I
makes him
know.
special, you know?
You probably, if you're looking at skill, you probably cut Silly. If you're looking at je ne sais quoi,
Je ne sais quoi.
you keep or
him?
trade
But then
Silly.
you have to cut Assault? I'm keeping a Sim. I just like a Sim a lot. I mean, I don't know if that's the right play, but I like him a lot as a player. Then you trade Assault because he's been really, really nice as an AR. You trade him to Florida. They need it. No, because they've already got. That doesn't make any sense.
They've Havoc.
No, they got Skies, bro.
Or Skies.
Skies, yeah, Assault to the AR.
Yeah, I don't know. The ARs are tough to trade this year.
Yeah.
The ARs are really tough to trade this year.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
You got to keep Assault. You got to trade a Sim. And then,
Yeah.
unfortunately, Silly's going to have to get the cut.
I think you're right on that one.
Yeah.
If I have to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're so hard. They're so hard to just the ARs are just like every team has their AR. They kind of all do the same thing. And like the ones who win you the maps are unless you're like Octane.
Yeah.
Like you're just the best fluxes and stuff. Oh, we'll see. All right, next up. Dylan, Jerd, Skrapz. Keep your cut. Is that the right order, Sam?
Yeah, it is the right order. Gosh, and of course you didn't put Wuskins. That'd be an easy keep.
I mean, that'd be easy keep, you know?
Keep.
That's the thing, man.
And
London
Dylan-
Royal Ravens, man.
And Dylan isn't.
Do you keep Dylan?
And Dylan isn't Black Ops 4 Dylan anymore. He's
It's been a
different.
weird year, but I feel like his trade value would still be pretty dang high if you wanted to trade him.
I'd say going for it. Keep Skrapz. Trade Dylan. Cut Jerd.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's about right. Rex, you got a look on your face here. The Jack Sparrow look going there.
Yeah. Part of me wants to.
But Jerd's good though. But is he?
I almost want to trade Jerd. and
What?
Keep Dylan. I don't know. I don't know.
You can't cut Skrapz, bro.
Get rid of Skrapz. He's so good.
No, you gotta cut Jerd, but it's whether or not you trade Skrapz or you trade Dylan.
Why do I gotta cut Jerd? I think he's tradable.
But he
I
doesn't
think
have the
they're all
trade value that
tradable.
Skrapz or Dylan have. Oh yeah, I mean they definitely are.
I mean, I feel like Jerd's name alone makes him more tradable, but
What? No,
yeah, I feel like people know who Jerd is more than they know who Dylan is.
not the players though. The players know Dylan's insane. That's what they know, and they know Skrapz is great. And Skrapz has been an awesome literally Skrapz has been a top 5 S&D player this year, which gets left out because it's just, again, man, we need more adjusted KDs to show up instead of just straight up KDs because it underestimates
Makes
the
sense.
S&D KDs.
Yeah.
But
Skrapz, really
all right, that's what I'm saying. I'm keeping Skrapz. I'm trading Dylan, cutting Jerd.
Yeah.
See
Okay.
what I'm saying?
I think you. I think that's
Rex,
the correct
final answer.
keep Skrapz,
Oh,
trade
roadblock.
Dylan, cut Jerd.
Trade Dylan.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
He
All right.
agrees.
We got the LA Guerillas up next, boys. Oh, this is some good stuff. I mean, I feel like there's at least an obvious one here.
Yeah, definitely.
Aqua Blast Decimate.
You keep Blast.
What?
You keep Blast.
Not Aqua?
You keep Blast. Upside.
Oh my
Upside.
gosh, no.
Upside.
You keep
I would
Aqua for sure.
I think I would keep. I would keep Blast.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. What
I
is
would
this?
trade
Trade
Aqua
Aqua.
cut
Decimate.
Aqua's an AR, bro. What are you gonna do with
so,
him?
Bro, Blast. I think.
Blast not that
I think
good
you're sleeping
either.
on Blast.
No, I'd definitely cut Blast. I'd trade. I'd keep Aqua, cut Blast, trade Decimate. Easy,
Oh,
easy peasy lemon. By the way, we need to apologize. We left Decimate off of our draft board last week,
Did we really?
and so some people were like, "Yo, where's Decimate?" I'm like, "Oh my word, we left Decimate off."
Sorry.
So
Well,
Decimate
no one's
got the
gonna
short
pick him
end of that
anyway,
stick
so who
there. So you
cares?
hate to see it. Honestly, though, I mean, someone might have picked Decimate in the
Maybe.
last round, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So unfortunate.
I
I
am-
don't know how we didn't notice while we were literally picking our captains for LA Guerillas, but hey,
It's just weird right now. I'm sorry. There's
yeah,
too many trades.
it happens. All right, next up we got the New York Subliners. We got the new player, Mac Melts. We haven't even seen him play yet, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to say. Accuracy and Temp, Rex's favorite player. Who are we keeping? Who are we trading? And who are we cutting?
Oddly enough, I think I'm keeping Temp. I'm trading Accuracy and I'm cutting Mac.
That's
Melts.
exactly what I was thinking. We don't know Mac Melts. Like we don't know what he like.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
We don't have
about
enough
Mac Melts.
historical data.
Data.
And I think
Data.
Accuracy is too he just I don't know.
Accuracy
not there. Temp at
can
least
be
can kill
traded.
things, but he's selfish. But
There are people that
doesn't mean
would
he's not
want
a good
accuracy.
player.
Yeah, he's been kind of pooping this year. People would want.
You know what I really
accuracy.
want to do?
What do you want to do?
I really want to keep Mac Melts, trade Temp, and cut Accuracy.
I mean, that's probably the other option, honestly. If you're like going off this year, yeah, you cut accuracy.
Like last year,
Yeah, for sure. Either cut
Accuracy
accuracy or trade
wasn't that
accuracy.
good.
Last
You
year he
never
was at
keep
least
accuracy.
he was decent on Splice
Yeah.
and EG, but like he hasn't been great since World War II.
Yeah.
Mac Melts is just like a
The slowest game of all time.
Mac Melts is like, do you risk it? Like that? It's just like a risky like.
Oh yeah, it's risky. It's risky.
So It depends on the
I
investor.
mean, realistically,
you're talking to.
you'd keep accuracy trade, or you'd keep 10
Keep
trade accuracy, and then.
cut Mac melts.
But I
Easy money.
actually really believe in Mac Melt, so I'm hoping Mac can stay around, be good.
Yeah.
Rex is messing around with our doc here.
Anonymous chinchilla.
The anonymous
Cool it.
chinchilla. No, but all right. Next up, we got OpTic Gaming, Dashy, Kenny, Slasher. This is interesting. I'm actually very excited to see what
Gosh.
Rex has to say about this one. This is gonna be tough. Who has the most trade value in your mind? Dashy. 100%.
100%.
So are you keeping Slasher?
I'm keeping
Well,
Slasher.
you can trade Dashers.
I'm keeping Slasher, building around Slasher, making sure that people work. You have to build around
you're
Slasher.
right. I think you're right.
You have to build around
I think
Slasher.
you're right. Keep Slasher, trade
You
Dashy.
trade
cut
Dashy and
Kenny.
you cut Kenny.
That sucks.
It does suck.
That
and
really sucks.
And it's weird, but I think that's what you have to do. Because
Slasher's got that leadership personality. Knows
he's
how
a
to form
proven
team,
leader.
and
There's
he's
not
the
really
type
a
of
way-
guy who always is trying to go for the win. Whereas, like, you can see with like other people, they don't seem to care as much.
But you have to pick certain personnel with Slasher. Like there's
Yeah,
not,
that's the thing.
there's not a lot of people that can take Slasher's
The
criticism.
team just feels weird, man. I hope they
Exactly.
end up working out, but
But
I'm not
Slasher always
convinced they'll
does
look Clayster.
pretty decent for
He
the most
does.
part, except for this
he
year.
always
but
comes out.
He always
I mean,
comes out.
yeah, I agree. I'll probably go with the same answer, but I don't love it, and I feel bad for Kenny because I'm definitely a Kenny
Kenny's
fan.
really good.
All right, we got Paris Legion up next. Luca, Shocks, Zed. Keep trade cut.
Gosh, I don't even.
How you feel about these guys? We got the Aussies and Zed.
I would.
Do you keep Luca?
The
I'd
trade
keep
value is weird
Luca.
on these. I feel like Zed has the highest trade value.
And
Right?
I almost
He's got
want
the
to
biggest
cut Zed,
name.
too.
Zed's the biggest name, don't you think? Of
Yeah.
those three.
Probably.
Mhm.
So do you keep Luca, trade Zed, and cut Shocks, or do you keep Shocks?
You can't cut Luca after how he's played. I feel like he's played at least well
know.
this year.
I would
mean,
keep
I mean,
Luca.
Shocks. All three of them have played at least somewhat well.
I think you keep Luca, you trade Zed, and you cut Shocks.
Rex. This is like he's in pain.
Well, here's the thing. It depends on like I almost feel like Zed hasn't been too great, and I almost want to just cut Zed and just trade Shocks. But it depends.
I just don't know
on
how
what
much
we're
trade value
basing this-
Shocks has.
Exactly. That's what are we basing this off of? Like, so
I was based off of name value, honestly.
yeah. So if it's
brand.
name value, I keep Luca, trade Zed, cut Shocks. If it's off of like skill, people
performance.
looking at that. Yeah, I go keep
You-
Luca, trade Shocks, cut Zed.
Cut Zed.
Yeah, I'd be okay with either. It's really, really close. I feel like how you want to build a team around, I guess. But I don't know, man. I don't feel like I feel like Shocks actually played well this year, though. I mean, like for the most part. Man, I honestly might cut Luca.
Why?
I might keep Shocks, cut Zed. Keep Shocks, trade Zed, cut Luca. I don't know. I'd be okay with basically any of the combinations there.
Yeah,
But I feel like I might keep Shocks.
there's no definitive answer for that one.
Yeah. All right. Oh man, this is gonna be an interesting one. This is gonna be really, really interesting. Karma, Apathy, Slacked.
keep Apathy,
Trade Karma.
trade Karma, cut Slacked. You can almost say keep Karma and have Karma build the team that he wants.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Trade Apathy, cut Slacks.
Trade Apathy.
Trade Apathy,
Yeah.
cut Slack.
I'll be honest. I don't think there's any
Any world.
world where Slack doesn't get cut here.
No, there's definitely not.
Unfortunately.
There's definitely not.
I
mean,
just a matter. Do you
honestly-
build around Karma or do you build around Apathy?
I think I'm going to build around Karma. I think I would keep Karma, trade Apathy, because I want to know what it's like if Karma gets full control and sets up his environment, and like
And builds his roster.
Karma gets to do Karma things,
yeah.
So
I'd be
it's
okay
just
with
like
that.
almost like
I'd be okay
Black
with that.
Ops 2 complex, like that type of thing. Is like that was very Karma-esque. Like if he can just emulate that again for himself, give himself an environment that he enjoys, then maybe it'll be good for everybody.
I'm actually totally fine with that. I'm totally down. I'm on board with that one. You same board?
Either
Same-
one
same
makes
boat?
sense, honestly.
Yeah, makes sense. We got Toronto Ultra, the
Oh.
last one here of all the teams before we get into some of the juicy ones. Methods, Classic, and Looney. Who you keeping?
Looney.
Who you trading? Who you cutting?
You know what?
Guys, how you doing out there, listeners? I hope you guys are doing well. What do you guys think?
I think I keep Classic. I trade Methods and I cut Looney. Classic has not been doing terrible this year. If I'm going off, okay, here's the thing though. Classic is a wild card in the fact that last year he was like the Rampart was the only thing that made him good.
Yeah.
And then Looney was.
We've seen that teams can win when Looney's surrounded by good players.
I would keep Looney personally. Again,
Do
you're
you see
building
him-
around Looney, and Looney can build the environment that he enjoys. And
Do
then
you
that's
see
when
him
he
getting back to
excels.
where he was though in World War II?
If he can build the environment for himself, I think so.
You think so?
I mean, like, again, I feel like he has to be like the OBJ, you know, scrappy player on a good team with a lot of good players. Like, that's why this roster's not working. And like, he's getting smoked right now out there.
He is. He's not doing well.
Oh man, I mean, you know,
Would
the
you agree,
rumors were
though?
that he got benched for medals. So we'll see what happens to that.
Classic
If they
is
actually
playing
play.
really well, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think
I would
that
cut
they'll
Methods, I think.
cut Methods, but don't you think he's got a good trade value though?
Classic? I don't know.
Or sorry, I thought you said Methods.
No, yeah. Sam's asking about methods.
Yeah,
Methods
like,
has a good trade value for sure.
I think Methods
At least it's
gets
a decent
traded.
trade value.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe like not as a player, but as a branding thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, he's liked in the community. I don't know. Like, Classic is like the most boring player in the league.
yeah.
I mean, like,
Not much.
I would
going on.
trade
he's been all
Classic.
around the league and he's played with almost everyone at some point. Man,
yeah.
I think I would keep Looney, trade Methods, and even though Classic's been playing the best out of all three of them, I would have to cut Classic.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what Toronto did. I mean, Toronto built the team around Looney,
And then it didn't really work out.
but
too
Looney couldn't get any other players to come with him to Toronto.
well. Yeah, that's true. He didn't really get a good.
So I don't know how I feel about that. But I don't think Methods could build his own team. So at the same time, I think I'll just keep
No.
Looney. See what happens. I don't love that, though. All right, guys,
No.
we're going to get some juicy ones now. These are not team capped. They can be anyone. Any players on any of these. So we have a handful of these to go through. Have some fun with them. First one. Envoy, Priesta, God RX. Keep, trade, cut. The fact that we have to cut one of these guys is painful. Painful.
Priesta, trade God X, cut Envoy.
What?
I think Envoy's overrated. I still think
Oh,
he's
my
overrated.
word.
And I know you're Envoy, big soy boy fan for Envoy, but
I haven't heard the term soy boy in a while.
Wow. Soy
I'm-
boy.
I mean, I almost want
Oh,
to say
gosh,
keep
dude.
God X, trade Priesta, but I think God X is excelling because of the environment he's in. So I think keep Priesta because I think Priesta can excel almost anywhere. Trade God X, cut Envoy. I think Envoy's overrated.
But God
That's
RX undoubtedly has the least trade value out of all three of those guys.
How can you say that after like what's been happening? If we're talking
Because
about this
Envoy
game,
was a
people
top
would
5
kill.
player last year, and Priest has been a top 5 player, top 5, at least top 10 in the last 2 years. And Priest is like one of the biggest brands in COD.
But we're talking about this game. God X is undoubtedly one of, if not like the best AR out there right
I
now.
agree. As of right now, this moment, he's
So you
definitely a
trade
top
him.
5 player.
So you
No,
can
I
get
keep him.
like people would pick him up for this game. If you want
Right?
to win this game, you're gonna take God X where you can.
If I want to win it, Sam, this is real. I mean, this is truly painful. I mean, the fact that we have to cut one of these 3 guys, regardless of who it is, sucks. Sucks. Sam,
Here's-
what are you doing?
Who's the better sub, Envoy or Priesta?
Envoy.
Priesta.
See that's where our problem lies.
Who has more trade value, Envoy or Priesta?
Priesta.
Envoy.
Oh God,
Barely. Barely.
I'm
It's really, really close.
I'm
Priest
li-
and Envoy have a lot of trade value, both of them.
literally, I'm in between you guys.
Honestly, I'm kind of want to cut God RX, even though he might be the best player out of all 3 right now.
Well, you're stupid. You're just riding hype trains.
But like, if it's that close, but he has the least brand value, then that's the difference.
But dude, you're trying to win in this game.
But we haven't seen
So
God RX.
people are gonna take God
but we
RX
haven't-
because he's one of the best right now.
But we haven't
And he's a
seen God
good
RX play with
personality. and
other
he's
legend
a good person,
players.
and no one's gonna be like, I'm not playing with God RX. Everyone
We've
likes
seen-
God RX.
We've seen players dominate with a certain team and then not dominate when they're surrounded by better players. Like, we've now seen Envoy do both. We've seen Priesta do both.
I can see Envoy
I
falling.
love
All I'm
GodRx.
saying,
I don't know. I can't. I'm the one
see-
that's attacking GodRx here. I love GodRx.
I could see Envoy falling to the wayside eventually. He could be another
Oh my-
TJ Halley, another character who was so good, but
I
they were
don't think-
overrated from the beginning.
I think you're also
Envoy's
though,
the
Rex,
same case.
I will say, I think you're underestimating the amount of voice he brings to the team. Like, you watch the scrim, Envoy is like pretty much like calling
he's
these
talking
shots,
he's talking more than Scump.
and like his shot calling is good. Like he's a smart player.
Yeah.
So like I don't think he's not a TJ Halley. I don't think
all
that
the
at all.
Envoy like keyboarding jokes lately have been hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like that. I was just talking about like skill wise.
No, yeah, but like skill plus his mental ability, creates for a really
I
good
mean,
player.
Envoy this season is like undoubtedly a top 10 player, and debatably a top 5, top 6 player.
Yeah, my word.
Priesta is in there as well. GodRx is obviously in the top 5, top 6 for sure. But like long term, I love all 3 players so much. We've been on this a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
We better
Rex,
move along here.
Rex, give your final opinion. Rex, give your final opinion.
I said keep Priesta, trade GodRx, cut Envoy.
Dang. Damn.
I think you trade Priesta. He goes anywhere.
Oh gosh.
I think you keep Envoy. Cut GodRx.
I said the same.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing I've
I'm
ever said in
sorry,
my
Rex.
life. That is the worst thing I've ever said in my life. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Celium, Octane, Wuskins. Keep trade cut. Celium,
I
Octane,
would
Wuskins. Some
Keep
insane ARs.
Octane, keep Octane.
I think this is kind of easy,
Weird.
actually.
Keep
I
Octane,
think it's
trade
easy.
Wuskin, cut Celium.
No.
Keep Octane, trade Celium, cut Wuskin. There we go. Let's go, Sam.
Yep.
Let's
Well,
go.
here's the thing: we almost
Yeah,
flip
Corona.
because if we're talking about people who are good in this game, so it's like Celium's obviously really good.
Celium's
but
better than
like,
Wuskin.
In the
Octane better
past,
than
Celium
Wuskin.
hasn't been that great before.
Well, so this is his
But
second
Wuskin
season.
has more brand value,
Wuskin
so you
hasn't
want to
been
trade Wuskin
Wuskin
because people will
hasn't
take
been-
Wuskin.
Wuskin was never good until this season.
Yeah. This is Wuskin's first good
And so and
season.
technically Celium's first great
But
season. as
brand
well.
value wise,
But Celium's way younger. That's the and he's on FaZe right now. Trade 100%.
Obviously,
Celium
like-
has higher trade value.
Obviously, it's going to be a battle between name brand and skill. But I think here Octane is proven AR over multiple
You have to
Call
keep
of Duties.
Octane.
You keep Octane
yeah,
no
you
matter
keep
what.
Octane no matter what.
Celium is a up and coming amazing
People
player.
don't even think he's hit his ceiling yet. You know,
Yeah.
like Wuskin, like it feels
Again,
like he's
this
playing
is-
as max.
This is absolutely no discredit to Wuskin. He's been playing
he's been
amazing.
insane. He's been insane this year.
It's just out of these 3, you cut Wuskin.
Like you think like Celium legitimately has a shot to be like the best player in COD for many years.
yeah,
like-
absolutely.
Wuskin doesn't have that
Really?
upside.
Yeah.
I don't see Celium making it there. I don't know. I just don't see that happening.
All right. Zoomaa, attach, Hook. We got Hook back in one of these.
Rex is cutting Hook.
Yeah, I cut
100% is
Hook.
cutting Hook.
Easily
Oh,
cut
my
Hook.
word. This is really tough. I like all 3 of these players a lot. I like them all a lot.
With Zoomaa and Attach, it's hard to pick who to keep and who to trade.
Yeah. Because they've been playing together for so long, it's like, who knows?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, either of them could be as good as the other or better than the other. Which way? All right. Wait, Rex, did you give your full opinion?
I
Cut
think I
Hook?
would keep Attach, and I would trade Zoomaa and cut Hook.
Man.
I think I'm with you there, Rex.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. I mean, out of all the players, I like the idea of Attach building his own team.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who has higher trade value though, Hook or Zoomaa. Hook
Zoomaa
might
does.
Does he though? Hook was better at Black Ops 4,
Yeah, but Zoomaa's a good name.
but Hook?
I've
I'd
had
rather. Here's
people-
the thing: if I'm gonna play online, so I gotta choose between I get to play with Hook or I get to play with Zoomaa. I'm be like, I want to play with Zoomaa. I don't care about playing with Hook.
I don't think that's the case at all.
If brand value wise, it's Zoomaa's definitely has way more brand value.
I mean, yeah.
Are you watching
to people.
Zooma's stream? Or you watching Hook's stream?
I mean,
Zoomaa.
obviously Zooma's, yeah.
Brand
Stallion,
value.
of course.
You trade
Yeah.
Zoomaa.
Probably
I agree,
trade
Rex.
Zoomaa. It's
I
really,
agree.
really close. I hate cutting Hook because I really like Hook, but yeah, I'm okay with that. All right. Oh baby. Oh, We lost Rex's webcam. Rex?
Either Rex. Internet may have gone out.
I'm here.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, can you put it back in full screen? 1 second. All right, we're back. 1 second while Sam gets his earbuds back in. Check on the mic.
Check. We're good.
All right. Next up, Arcitys, Clay, and Crim. I'm actually really excited about this one. I actually don't know which way any of you are going to go here. Rex, what are you thinking here?
I keep Clay. The leadership from Clay and the personality from Clay is just amazing.
That's tough, dude. I don't know. Sam?
Keep Arcitys.
Right? You got to keep Arcitys.
Keep Arcitys.
But, like, am I really going to cut Crim? Am I going to cut Clay?
Well, here's the thing. If we're talking trade value, again, Crim probably...
I think it would be easiest to trade Arcitys. Anybody in the freaking league will play with Arcitys. I mean,
Yeah,
the
you're
dude's
right.
hilarious. He's the nicest guy alive.
But I want
But what
Arcitys.
But I
org
want
is gonna want
Arcitys. Same.
Crim?
I want
Arcitys.
Arcitys. I know. Same. But if we're going on the whole team building mentality, I mean, you might want Crim or Clay to build the team. I'd rather have Clay. Sorry, Crim lovers.
I am keeping Arcitys. I am trading Crim, and I'm cutting Clay.
Oh, Rex,
That's what I'm
fighting
doing.
words.
That is what I'm doing. Final
Dude,
answer.
I don't think you see what Clay brings to a team. You can see it with the Empire that he is probably the leader on that team. He does all the interviews. He's the one who's like out there like leadership for his team.
This is my thought process. My thought process
Clay
is
keeps the hype and the heart in it.
my thought process is I want Arcitys out of these three. I want Arcitys, and then who is known more? It's Crim. Crim is known more. I'm going off name brand here.
I'm keeping Clay.
Yeah,
I'm trading
I can
Arcitys
see
and cutting
Clay
Crim.
retiring somewhat soon. I could also see a reason why he'd cut him just to make it easier because we don't know how many
Again,
more years. Clay
Yeah,
has.
it's like I love all three players. It sucks cutting one of them. It's one of those really, really tough ones. Oh man.
If I trade Arcitys, cut Crim.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. The next one.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh baby. Censor, JCap, Aches. Keep
Cut JCap.
Trade.
Easy money.
Cut.
How do you not just cut JCap out of those people?
What do
Even
you
Censor's
mean, bro?
Censor's in there, and yeah, Censor. Oh, he sucks. No, Censor is better than JCap. Easily better than JCap.
I don't know, dude.
And Censor
I don't
actually
know.
gives a damn, whereas JCap
Censor
does
has been
not.
grinding.
Oh gosh, dude, it's hard to cut JCap for Censor. I don't know, but Aches.
Honestly, I keep Censor. I keep Censor, I trade Aches, and I cut JCap. Although JCap probably
Who
more
in
tradable.
the world would play
Screw
with Aches?
JCap.
No one's trading for Aches though.
I'm cutting JCap because I just want it to hurt.
He just wants
pain.
to hurt.
He just wants pain, dude. Oh no.
I bet you could. You could
could
Censor and keep JCap. Or sorry, trade JCap.
I think you might
You could do
maybe be
Yeah.
able to trade
If
JCap.
I'm being totally honest, that's what I would do. I would keep Censor.
I think he's the most
trade JCap.
playable-
Cut Aches.
play withable.
JCap, well, he's just
name
that name that
is
everyone will
JCap.
play with, even though he's probably worse than Aches. But no one knows that.
Like like
This is what you do. You keep Censor, and Censor is literally the person that is hitting the objective 100%, throwing his body out there,
And
Yeah.
his passion and heart in
and
the
his
game.
passion. You
he
trade
will literally
JCap.
be JCap.
Yeah, you trade JCap, and then Aches. There's no hope anymore.
I think
Yeah, you
OpTic's
cut
problem
Aches
is
just because he's hard to trade.
Yeah.
But
OpTic's problem
but
is just that they have
Aches is better
Tej
than
and
JCap. Hands down.
Tej can't play with JCap. They do the same thing. Man.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah, I guess I'd do the same thing. Yeah, I'll keep Censor.
Of course you would.
Again, throwing him to the wolves.
I like Censor, so I'll
Yeah.
keep him.
Yeah.
He's at least likable.
He's not
And
terrible.
then trade JCap, trade Aches or cut Aches.
He's better than JCap. Censor is better than JCap.
How much time we at right now? Because I'm feeling good. I'd love to do some more.
Nope, we're not. So
I think
We're
it's a
gonna
good
leave
place.
y'all hanging.
Yeah, I think
All right,
it's a
guys.
good place.
We did have a thought that we maybe wanted to do some like in the future. We could do like a
hottest
year,
operators. Yeah.
a year plus player drafts. Like we could do like a keep trade cut, Scump BO2, formal IW, and Simp Black Ops 4. You know,
Dang.
and like we could do something like that, which would be pretty insane. That'd be really. I mean, that debate would be so tough. I guarantee you, I'd get heated.
You would get
Me and
heated.
Rex would go at it. I guarantee it.
Especially about Ghost and JCap.
I'd do Envoy, Black Ops 4 versus Hook, World War II, and Skrapz, World War II, and then keep trade cut with Rex. And Rex, I'd probably throw him out of New York. But you
Yeah.
know, hey,
Okay.
I'll bring the Corona to you.
I don't know what happened in this podcast. This is a really interesting one.
Yeah. As you can tell.
Yeah, the Corona's affecting us in more ways than
Affecting
one.
us.
You know, it's affecting how we podcast apparently. But hey, you know how it is, boys. All right, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Another best of 3 Call of Duty Esports podcast in the books. We appreciate you guys. As always, guys, I'm your boy SalvationsElite. Hosting this podcast to my right is Bash_BO3 on Twitter. And to our farthest right, Rex pointing at us, you love to see it, is Rex ShadyNero. And guys, we will see you in the next episode of the podcast. We out.